the Always Believe House. Oh, today we're going to have FUN, fun, because we're going to do Star Review 8. Ho, 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 ho. Make sure you're doing these each week, and it will make you help do algebra with more power. So our magical whiteboard appears, and let's start rocking and rolling. And we're going to start graphing lines. You should be getting better and better and better at graphing lines, okay? So on number 1, we have a y equal -2 line. If it's a y equal, we're going to use Voy, right? Remember Hux and Voy, right? So we're going to have, Hoy, H-O-Y. So we're going to have a horizontal line, a 0 slope, and a y equal line. Horizontal line, y equal slope, and a 0 slope, okay? So we have a 0 slope. We're going to have a horizontal line, and it's going to go through y equal -2. So it's going to go right through here at y equal -2. That's line number 1. Number 2, we have y equal 2x plus 6. So our slope is 2 over 1, and our y-intercept is 6. So I'm going to put a, we don't know the 0 yet. The 0 will be the x-intercept. I'm going to put a dot at 6, and notice I cannot go up to right 1, can I? Since I can't go up to right 1, and let me do another color, I'm going to go down to left 1, 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 down to left 1. I got my series of dots. If I were to go from left to right, I would go up 2 over 1, wouldn't I? I'm going to connect all these dots, and notice this line is going up, and this is line number 2 in it. Okay, right here is my 0. Okay, that's my 0, so -3 is going to be my 0, which is my x-intercept in it. That's the input that outputs a 0. The next line we're going to graph is y equal -1/2 x plus 1. So my slope is -1/2. My y-intercept's 1, so I'm going to put a dot here. The -1/2 means I'm going to go down 1, right 2. So if I were to go down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, and I'm going to go backwards, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. Notice that this line from left to right is going down 1, right 2 in it. And right here is my 0, which is 2. That is, again, the x-intercept in it. Okay, now then, the base of the triangle goes from here to here. So I'm going from -4 to 6. From -4 to 6 would be 10. The height of the triangle is a inside edge, or it's from the base to the top. And right here it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So my height is going to be 4 in it. So my base is 10 and my height is 4. 1/2 times 10 times 4. The area is going to be 20 in it. Ho, 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 ho. And next one on number 7. Go back up here. What order pairs do 2 and 3 graph next? That is what we're going to do next. So we want the intersection point of that. You go left 2, up 2. So the order pair is -2, 2. Lines 2 and 3 are, look at the slopes. We have -1/2 and we have 2. So we have -1/2 and we have 2 over 1. They're opposite reciprocals, aren't they? So these two lines would be perpendicular, won't they? They are perpendicular because they have slopes that are opposite reciprocals. Ho, 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 ho. FUN, fun. We've got to get better at graphing these 3 lines. Once you start doing this without a calculator, it gets real simple. Let's continue on to number 8. On number 8, we're going to draw these, and remember, a big square is x squared, a rectangle is equal to x, and a little square is equal to 1 in it. Make sure you're drawing the shapes. So 3x squared is going to be 3 big squares. Then I got 4 rectangles. And then I got 1 shaded square. And then I'm going to draw my other shape, x squared. I got 1 shaded rectangle, and then 3 shaded squares. Now then, all I got to do is group these up, piece of cake. I got 4 big squares, so that's going to be 4x squared. My rectangles are opposites, aren't they? So I'm going to scratch out a shaded and an open, and I have 3 open ones left, right? That's going to be plus 3x. And then I have 3 shaded, 1 shaded, that's going to be minus 4. So 4x squared plus 3x minus 4 would be that answer. Ho, 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 ho. Number 9. Okay, I have 3, 1, 2, 3, times 2x, that's 2 rectangles, and then 4 shaded squares. Next step is to draw your answer rectangle. And the next step is to slice it up, right? So I'm going to slice it up like this. And notice that all of my squares are going to be shaded, aren't they? But all the rectangles will be open. Okay, so I have 6 big rectangles, so that's 6x, and I got minus 12 squares. If I were to bluebell truck 3, 3 times 2x is 6x, 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Ho, 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 ho. Continuing on to number, where are we at? Number 10. Ho, 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 ho. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Y'all are doing really good on these. So x plus 1 is a rectangle and a square, and then a rectangle and 4 squares. And then we're going to slice, or we're going to draw our answer rectangle. We're going to slice it up. I'm real nice. I made everything positive. Everything's going to stay open. And what's in our answer rectangle? We got 1 big square, that's x squared. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles, and we got 4 little squares. Remember, when you do these, you got to add your rectangles up, don't you? Okay, let's go to number 11. The fun continues. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. On this one right here, we have x plus 2 times x plus 2. So we got the same thing, don't we? So we're going to draw our answer rectangle, slice it up, and then get our answer. So we have 1 big square, that's x squared. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles plus 4x. And then 2 times 2 is 4 plus 4. X squared plus 2x plus 4. Ho, 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 ho. Continuing on to number 12. On number 12, we need to graph this and then hit Control T, don't we? So we're going to graph it, hit Control T, and we're going to look up these domains. The ones that output 0 will be called the zeros, okay? So we're going to graph x squared minus 6x minus 8. So I'm going to hit Home, B for graph, and then I'm going to hit Control T. I was videoing earlier. I'm going to hit Tab. I got F2x, so I need to get rid of that. So delete, delete, delete. Yes, I'm going to hit Tab, x squared, Tab, x squared, was it minus 6x minus 8? Minus 6x minus 8. X squared minus 6x minus 8. Hit enter. We get a curved parabola. We're going to hit Control T. And bam, that's our answers right here. So if we input 0, got to go down here. So if we input 0, we get negative 8. So I'm going to get my answers right here. So 0 is negative 8. And then, we're not going to get a 0 on this. 1 was negative 13, negative 16, negative 17. Negative 13, negative 16, negative 17, and then negative 16 again. Notice there are no zeros in here yet, are there? Okay, so we do not have a 0. So right now, none are zeros. So none of these inputs output a 0, so we don't have an x-intercept or a 0 in the graph here. But we're just graphing, hitting Control T, and writing down our answers from the table. Let's go to number 13. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Okay, we need to be able to solve this for y, and we want the slope. So right here, this is slope, this is point slope. My slope is negative 3/5. Right here, remember the shortcut's negative a over b, but let's do our work. Negative a over b is your answer. We're going to move the 3x over, and then divide by the negative 4. Notice, 2 negatives makes a positive. 3 over 4 is my slope. Jiminy crickets. these two numbers right here will be your slope every single time. This sign is going to flip. So this one right here, I'm going to flip this sign to a negative and write 5 over 3. Guess what happens if I move the x over? I get 3y equal negative 5x plus 4, divide by 3, and look, right here, that's my slope in it. So you flip the sign of the y and you put a over b, and that's your slope every single time. Number 14. This is going to be really tricky on your test. You've got to get the slope of this line. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to do it. Right here, this ordered pair is 10, 6. This ordered pair right here would be 20, 10. I would make a t-chart, and I would put that into a table and get the m equal and the b equal. Got it? So that's one way you can do it. You can write down the 2 ordered pairs. They're going to give you the dots. You got to figure out how to get those ordered pairs. The other way is to put rise over run. So I'm going to go over here to the left. This starts at 6. This number starts at 10. So from 6 to 10, I'm going up 4, aren't I? And then down here, I'm going from 10 to 20, aren't I? So to go from 10 to 20, I'm going over 10, aren't I? My slope is going to be 4 over 10, which is 2 over 5, and it's going to be miles per minute. So if you did this on the spreadsheet, you would get m equal 0.4, which is 0.4 miles per minute. Either way, the 0.4 and the 250, I'll see how I did this. I went from this number to this number. 6 to 10 is going up 4, and then 10 to 20 is going over 10. That's how you get those numbers that tell you up or over, because you can't count the spaces because the scales are different. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we're going to get our slope. You can put this into a spreadsheet and do this. I'm going to do it by hand to save the time. So if you put this into a spreadsheet, okay, you're going to get your m equal and your b equal, right? I'm going to do this by hand. So this right here is going to be my y minus y, which is going to be 2.8. This right here is my x minus x, which is 4. And if I put y minus y over x minus x, I get 2.8 over 4, which is going to be 0.7. So that means each liver costs 70 cents. So 0.7, the slope would be $0.7 per liver. Ho, 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 ho. If you did this on the spreadsheet, I think you get 0.7 and 3. So the equation would be 0.7x plus 3, would it? The starting cost would be 3, like your drink costs $3. Each chicken liver costs 70 cents. Ho, 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 ho. Turn the page! So we're going to turn the page and keep going on. We're going to talk about Bubba Bob's lawnmower. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It has 32 ounces of gas. Oh, every minute the lawnmower uses 2 ounces. This is burning a lot of gas. So what's happening to the gasoline? He's not adding it, he's using the gasoline, right? This right here would be our growing number. This would be our starting number. We would have negative 2x plus 32 would be. The slope is negative 2, and it represents that he's using 2 ounces of gas per minute. Every minute he uses 2 ounces of gas, okay? So we're going to go over here. The y-intercept will be the starting amount, which is 32 in it. And it's the initial amount of gas. To find the x-intercept, remember we take the starting number and divide it by the growing number. So we're going to do 32 divided by 2. He's got 16 minutes of gasoline, right? So in 16 minutes, all the gas is gone, right? So he could use the lawnmower for 16 minutes. Now then, let's graph this. So we're going to put a dot right here at 32, put 0 right here, put a dot right here at 16. This is our ounces of gasoline. This is the minutes. And the line is going to be a steady line going down, right? Remember, this distance right here would be our domain. And this distance right here would be our range, would it? Also notice I'm going down 32 over 16. That's going to simplify to negative 2, which is my slope. Now then, let's keep going. Oh, ho, ho. Solve the equation, show full work for credit. You're going to do this in InSolve. If you were to do it in InSolve, you would do this. Make sure you can do this by hand. If you go into geometry, you're going to have to do this work by hand. So let's work this out. Put 3 and 3. We're going to get 6x minus 24 equal 4x plus 14. I'm going to isolate my x. I'm going to move the x to the left. I'm going to get 2x minus 24 equal 4. Move the 24 over. I'm doing this real quick. So I'm going to end up with 2x equal 28. You're going to have to use the calculator if you can't do this arithmetic. Divide by 2. You should end up with x equal 14, which is what you get in NSolve. So you want to get all the letters to the left, all the numbers to the right, and then divide. On the next one, we're going to cross multiply. So I'm going to take the 3x plus 4, and I'm going to multiply that by 8, and I'm going to take the 4 and multiply that by the 20. So I got a bluebell truck by 8, 24x plus 32 equals 80. Notice I only have one x, don't I? So I got 24 rectangles, but I got to move all those squares over. So I'm going to take the 32 and subtract. 24x equals 48. Divide by 24, and I'm going to get x equals 2. Ho, 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 ho. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Let's keep going. Okay, we're going to get the equation line on this one right here. All you have to do is put it in a spreadsheet. Now then, I cannot do this in my brain, so we're going to do this on a spreadsheet together. So we're going to go to the calculator and get a spreadsheet, okay? So I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit home, hit 1 for new. I do not ever want to save anything. I'm going to add a spreadsheet 4, and then type in the x and the y. Now then, let's type in our order pairs. They're 9, negative 10, and negative 9, 14. 9, negative 10, negative 9, 14. 9, negative 10, negative 9, and 14. I think I did that right. Let me check again. 9, negative 10, negative 9, 14. I got the numbers right. So now that I'm going to run the regression, menu 413. So menu 4, stat calculation, the linear regression, x down, y, oh, not x, y down, and then hit enter, and bam, I got it right here. I got to change that slope though, don't I? Negative 1.33, but my y-intercept's 2 in it. So I'm going to go to my paper. I know my m is equal to negative 1.33, and my b is equal to 2 in it. I got to switch that to a fraction, don't I? So I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to put the blue box over negative 1.33. I'm going to hit Control-C to copy. I'm going to hit Home A, and then I'm going to paste Control-V, and then menu 2 enter. Menu 2 enter. Ho, 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 ho. Negative 4/3 is the answer. Okay, so my slope is negative 4/3 x, and then my y-intercept's 2. I got the equation of my line, don't I? Oh. Go on to the next one. Okay, it goes through 4, negative 5. That's my x and y, and it's parallel to 2, so that's my m. So I'm going to write down y equal mx plus b, and my y is 5, my m is 2, my x is negative 4, and I do not know what b is, so I'm going to solve this in NSolve for b. So negative 8, my b is going to end up being 13. So my equation is going to be y equal 2x plus 13. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Let's go to the next one. It goes through 8, negative 12, and is perpendicular to negative 4/3. So this is my x, this is my y, and I got to get this new slope, don't I? So I'm going to get a perpendicular slope. I'm going to switch the negative to a positive and flip the 4 over 3. So this right here is my m. So I'm going to write down y equal mx plus b. My y is 12. My m is 3/4 times my x is 8 plus b. I'm going to put this in NSolve, right? And solve for b. If I do that, I get 24/6. Move over there. I get b equals 6. So my equation is going to be y equal 3 over 4x plus 6. Y equal 3 over 4x plus 6. F-U-N, fun, fun, fun. Let's go to the domain and range. So the domain of my graph goes from 0 to 16, doesn't it? So the domain goes from 0 to 16. This is how you write this in words. It's all the numbers greater than 0, but less than 16. So it's everything greater than 0, but less than 16. My range is going to go from 0 to 32 in it. So my range goes from 0 to 32. In words, it's the numbers greater than 0, but less than 32. Ho, 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 ho. Continuing on, we're almost done. Jimmy John wants to take Lucy Claire out to an expensive dinner at the Sizzler. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Nothing says you love her by taking her out for steak. Oh. He has $10 each and is going to wash cars for $3 each. If he wants to have at least $70, how many cars does he need to wash? Oh, he's going to splurge. Oh, 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 oh. So notice, we're going to use a GX plus S equals total. So our growing number is going to be 3. Our starting number is 10. And this right here is going to be our total in it. So the growing number is 3. So 3x. Our starting number is 10. And we got to get a total of 70. Put this into InSolve. And you're going to solve it for x. You can move the 10 over. But you can move the 10 over and divide by 3. If you do this, you get x equals 20. So he's got to do 20 or more cars, all right? Once he gets to 20 cars, he's got the $70. Everything over 20 is the dessert. Oh. Let's go to number 23. Silsby Septic, great place to work, guys. Who has given Jimmy John a raise? He now gets paid $100 each week plus $15 each hour. This right here is going to be my growing number. This will be my starting number, won't it? So I start off with $100, and then every hour I get $15. Okay? What would the slope of the function be? The slope of the function is 15. What does it represent? $15 per hour. What's the y-intercept of the graph? The y-intercept of the graph is 100. The initial amount of money he gets paid is 100. So he gets paid $100 before he starts making money, which is kind of cool. Most jobs don't do that, okay? It would be nice. Okay, let's go to the next one. Line P is perpendicular to the x-axis, so let's draw this. If I have an xy axis, this is my x, this is my y, perpendicular to the x has to do this. So I got a vertical line, I'm going to write down VUX. So I'm going to have an x equal line, undefined slope, a vertical line. And it goes through 3, 2. 3, 2 is right here. I need a vertical line, and that line is going to be perpendicular to the x-axis in it. Okay, the equation is going to be x equal, and go to the point, the x is 3, the y is 2, so my x equals 3, and the u stands for undefined. It's an undefined slope. Ho, 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 ho. This has been FUN, 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 fun. Thank you for doing these star reviews every week. Keep doing them. It's going to make you a better algebra student. Thank you so much again for your time. Enjoy your 17 seconds is in. Remember, you are amazing. You were created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.